Dear students, now today what we are going to do, we are going to study a topic in our chapter number 8, that is your creepy crawlies. In creepy crawlies till now you have studied about the features of the insect, means what are the features of the insect, like they have 6 legs, they have a abdomen, they have 2 antennas. Now we are studying about some useful insect. There are some insects which are useful to us. The first one which we are going to learn is your honeybee. Honeybee. So how honeybee is useful to us? Yes, we all know that we get honey from the honeybee. So honeybee is an useful insect to us. Now, can you tell me how honeybee makes the honey? You know that? No. So now we are going to learn how honeybee is making the honey. You might have seen a beehive. When you are seeing the branches here, you are seeing something like this. There are number of honeybee lives. They are living in a cell like this. Many compartments are made like this in which your honeybee lives. So they are formed. These honeybee hives are formed at the height. So how the honeybee is making this honey? The firstly, what happens? The honeybees suck the nectar of the flower. The first thing which I will write, the first step is they suck nectar of flower. So to make the honey, what the honeybee have to do? They have to go to the different plants, and what they are doing? They are collecting the nectar. Okay. They are collecting the nectar from the flower. You might have seen the honeybees are mostly moving around the flower. So why they are moving around the flower? That is to select the nectar. After selecting the nectar, what they are doing in the second step I will tell, they are carrying that nectar, okay, and they are coming to their beehive. Okay, after that they are putting their nectar into cell. So what is this cell? This each single compartment is called as a cell. What it is called? It is called as a cell. So what they are doing? Firstly, they are sucking the nectar from the flower. Secondly, they are bringing the nectar and splitting it or pouring the nectar into the cell. After that, what happens? After this, the honeybee seals the cell with wax. If sometime you might have seen how the honey collectors are taking the nectar from the beehive, what they are doing? They are putting some fire or smoke near the hive. All the bees flew off. Then what they do? They break this beehive and they squeeze it. Okay, and they squeeze it, and after squeezing, what happened? This hive get destroyed and the honey is dropping out from it. So what the honeybee is doing? It is collecting the nectar from the flower. Then this nectar is split into the cells. After that, they are sealing the cells with the waxy coating and they are leaving it for some time. Okay, sometime they are leaving it as it is. So what will happen? The honey would be formed. So again we are just going through this step. Honeybee is a useful insect, and what honeybee does? Honeybee suck the nectar of the flower. Secondly, that nectar they bring it and split it into the cells, or they put it into the cells. After putting this nectar into these cells, what they are doing? They are sealing it with the wax and they are leaving it for some time, and after some time, that is 2 to 3 months or 4 to 5 months, we are getting the honey collected here. So in this way we get honey from the honeybee. So our honeybee is an useful insect, and we all know the honey is also having the medicinal property. Now we are coming on to the next useful insect. The first one was honeybee. The second one is your butterfly. So how your butterfly is helpful to you? So I'm just reading out for you. Butterfly and bumblebee, they are the some insect which help in the transfer of the pollen grains from one flower to another, and they produce some seeds there. Now if I am talking about the pollen grains, these are the small yellow particles which are present in the flower. You might have seen a hibiscus flower, which is a red color common flower which you get. It is, suppose if this is your hibiscus flower, you are having a tube like this, and here you can see small yellow grains. So this seed to be transferred from one plant to another, it is either done by the wind or the water, and the another one useful agent is the insect. What happens? These butterfly or your bumblebee comes and sit on this flower. So this butterfly, they are having their hairs on their legs, small hairs on their legs. So when they come and sit on the flower, what happened? These pollen grains, suppose in some of the flower it is like this, in some of the flower you are seeing the grains like this. These are the colored part of the flower, and here you can see the grains here. So what happens when butterfly or bumblebee comes and sit here, these small grains get attached to the legs of the butterfly or the bumblebee. So where does it get attached? To the hairs. Okay, that butterfly is having small hairs on their legs, so there they get attached there, and when this butterfly flies from one flower to another flower, suppose here you are having the another flower. Suppose this is your another flower, and you are having here also pollen grain. So what happens? This pollen grain needs to be transferred from one flower to another flower, and when both these flowers pollen grain mix, a new seed would be formed to form a plant. So butterfly first sit on this one. Suppose this is the butterfly. Here I am making the butterfly. It comes and sit on this flower. The pollen grains get attached to the leg of the butterfly. Then this butterfly flews and sit on the another flower. So pollen grains from here is transferred to the another flower, and due to this some new flowers are produced. So in this way the butterfly is helpful to form the new flowers or to produce new flower. So I am writing it the function also there. The honeybee is honey, butterfly transfers pollen grains, and the third one is the silkworm. Silkworm. So you might have seen your mothers or your parents warming the silk dresses. Okay, they are buying the silk dresses. So from where does this silk come? This silk comes from the silkworm. So what does a silkworm do, or how does that silkworm produce the silk? The procedure which I am telling you, please listen it carefully. The silkworm first feeds on the mulberry leaves. Then what happens when that feeds on the mulberry leaves, the silkworm is on the mulberry plant there only. What happens? After some time, it prepare a cocoon. This cocoon is nothing but it is formed from the silk thread inside which our caterpillar or our small silkworm is there. Like you have seen the egg. You might have seen egg. What happened inside? The egg, the chick is inside the egg, and there is a hard covering of eggshell over the chick. In the same way, our life, the silkworm or caterpillar is inside the cocoon. This is called as the cocoon, and it is made up of silk thread. So to obtain this silk thread, what they are doing? The people are rearing the silkworm. What they are doing? They are rearing the silkworm, like you are rearing your fish, your hens and ducks. in the same way they are rearing the silkworm. They are giving the mulberry leaves on which this silkworm feed, and after a duration what happens, they will form a cocoon. When this silkworm is forming a cocoon, what happens, this cocoon is taken and it is being put in the boiling water. How it is being put? It is put in the boiling water. As soon as this cocoon is put in the boiling water, what happens? The silk threads separate out. Okay. Now, for this process, if you want a continuous silk thread, what you have to do? You have to put this cocoon as it is before its hatching. That means after some time, when the caterpillar inside get matured and flews off, what it will do? It will break this cocoon. It will break it from, suppose here it is breaking, and it will come outside. So this thing should not be happened. The silk, your caterpillar should be inside the silk cocoon only, and then it is boiled. So what will happen when we are boiling it? This thread is being separated and your caterpillar is separated out, and in this way we get a fine silk thread. So your silkworm is the another useful insect which gives you silk. So the useful insect about which we have learned is honeybee. Honeybee gives us honey. Butterfly. What butterfly does? It transfers pollen grain from one flower to another flower. I told how it transfers. It transfers the pollen grain from one flower to another flower. And the next one is the silkworm. Silkworm produces silk, and we wear the different dresses made up of silk. So in this way we are having many insects which are useful to us. I hope you might have understood the chapter.